Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so today we finally got some news about part 2 of the Global Dokkan campaign, and I know, huge shock and surprise to everyone I'm sure, but the teaser here very much points towards GT. Who would have guessed, right? Maybe we'll get a Dokkan Fest Omega Shenron. Who could possibly guess? But this is the teaser that was posted. So obviously they're talking about the beginning of the Global Dokkan campaign, and we had the Come Say Your Wish, people making these wishes for various different things as part of a reposting campaign. And then they show here the 1-star Dragon Ball. And then of course you can see the negative energy effect starting to fill up the Dragon Ball, crack, and then spread out into the world, that negative energy, which of course is what creates the Shadow Dragons. Now, one thing I have to say straight away is I think this is really cool and like really smart that they basically made a thing in part 1, because when they do these retweet campaigns, like, they can get you to do anything, right? It could just be retweet the post with a certain like hashtag. It can be like, you know, they'll sometimes say things like show us your favorite build of this new kind of team or something like that. Whereas this one, specifically the request for the reposts, which I think not everyone even necessarily did. I think you could just repost it with the hashtag. But the specific point of the post was like repost this and make a wish for like something for the Global Dokkan campaign. And so, of course, then that ties in. Like, we see a bunch of clips here. Funnily enough, none of these are actually wishes. A lot of them are just comments. I think there's one there that says original goodies. None of these actually, ones I hope my wish comes true. I mean, you guys know, I think I mentioned it in like an older post, but I made, my wish was that heroes will come back. And so then, yeah, of course, this then very cleverly leads into GT, because obviously we learn when the like corrupted negative energy Dragon Balls like appear, we get the Smoke Shenron, and then like the Shadow Dragons appear for the first time. Obviously you guys probably don't need me to tell you at this point, but you know, just for the sake of getting all the explanation in the video, it is all the number of times that the Dragon Balls have been used. Every time they get used, a little bit of negative energy is produced, whether it's because like, even if the wish, I guess at the time some of them might seem selfless, a lot of the wishes are selfish, I guess. Like, even wishing for someone to be brought back to life, like, you know, they died when they died, and you're wishing to change the natural order of things and like bring them back to life. So every wish has created negative energy, which then eventually becomes too much, spills out and creates the Shadow Dragons. So the idea that like, it's basically the fault of us, essentially, like all the players in the community making all of these wishes has created so much negative energy that it's created the Dragon Balls, which I do think is really cool. Like, in terms of like ways you can set up and pay off like a sort of like, it's not really advertising, but like a lead up campaign. I think that's really cool. Like, get everybody in the community to just make all these wishes, and then have the lead up to, exactly as we've seen already in the show, that the overuse of these wishes then causes the creation of the Shadow Dragon. So I think this is really cool. I did see Truth make a joke as well, that like all the negativity from the community about part 1 is what's created all the negative energy as well, which I think is kind of funny. As we always joke, like, people are going to complain regardless of what it is, right? When it looked like it was Daima, all the people that didn't want Daima were complaining. Then as soon as it wasn't, all the people that wanted Daima were complaining. But then even the people that didn't want Daima, some of them were also then complaining that it was Future Saga and not something else that they wanted. So lots of negative energy in the community, which is also kind of funny to tie into this as well. So this got posted today, and on the official post it says, right, we'll be getting some sort of update. It doesn't even say what. It doesn't say if we, like, it doesn't even specifically say that we are getting something, but it gives a date ahead in the future, which of course is actually today, but is 7 PM Pacific time. So this works out as being like 3 o'clock in the morning for me tomorrow, technically, on the 21st. But this will be some kind of teaser or the announcement of a stream, potentially, because we still are a good like 4 days away from when we would be expecting like the actual unit details. So like, Annie reposted this, right? This is what we should expect tonight. if that was the kit reveal, there would be heavy marketing. It's going to be another teaser like this that announces the full announcement, right? Because they wouldn't post this and then like 18 hours later or whatever it was from when it was posted, just post all the full unit info. Like I would feel like there'd be at least one teaser image in this video of like one of the new units or something. Whereas this was posted, this is the build up to the worldwide thing. So this was posted about 4 days before. I think I checked the date of when like Int LR Broly actually released. This teaser was posted about 4 days before, like as the part 1 of the worldwide celebration was coming to an end. So you can see here, obviously, it's re-highlighting like the part 1 character, and then it says time has passed, and we see the legendary Super Saiyan has returned, and a brief snippet of the Int Broly intro, and then like that's part of his domain. And then we see a little bit of the family Kamehameha Gohan as well. This was posted 4 days before the 4 days before the banners came out. So with this releasing, the new like teaser, whatever we're going to get tomorrow, releasing on the 20th at 7 PM PST, that still lines up pretty much perfectly with our current assumption that the part 2 is going to officially start like with the banners on the 24th. Because that is 4 days from now. Like again, I can bring up the, where did I put the Broly page? There we go. We can take a look at Broly here on the wiki from the worldwide. He released on the 14th of September. That teaser that we just looked at was posted on the 10th of September. So, and here we are with the teaser being posted on the 20th and the date that we're assuming is the 24th. So again, similar kind of format being 4 days apart. So GT 100% confirmed for part 2. I mean, like, there are hints that can sometimes be kind of cryptic, but I mean, you know, that literally can't be anything else, right? The negative energy Dragon Balls. We've already had the Omega art leak, so that pretty much is the final nail in the coffin. Part 2 GT, Dokkan Fest exclusive Omega Shenron. Now, we still have no idea, of course, of what the type of units are going to be. I still think we could see Sin that transforms into Omega, which I think honestly is the best choice. Like that's the best option, because we are very, very likely to get the STR Omega Super EZA, because in terms of like the older units that are getting their Super EZAs, like this guy's one of the next in line, right? He's from that original Type 70% lead meta. And we've already had the AGL Super Vegito, Tech Gotenks, and the Int Wuhan have all got their Super EZAs. It's just this guy and the physical legendary Super Saiyan Broly that don't have theirs from that set of 5. So that means he's clearly next in line, or close to being in line, right, for being one of the next ones to get a Super EZA. And if part 2 is going to be GT and have a new Omega Shenron, I mean, it seems like an absolute almost certainty, right, that this guy is going to get a Super EZA. So that should be very interesting, but of course he is already just Omega Shenron, so ideally the new unit is Sin Shenron, so they can work together straight away from turn 1, and then still obviously work together once the new one has transformed. But yes, this guy should definitely Super EZA. I don't know whether this guy will be useful again, because obviously his passive requires GT bosses, and the big hope is that Omega doesn't have GT bosses and has a leader skill that is actually useful for villain teams in general. Because if we take a look at the categories that he's on things like Inhuman Deeds, Power Absorption, Battle of Fate, Transformation Boost, Full Power. Like there are a couple of combos of leader skill he could have that would be good for extreme characters without him getting saddled with garbage like Shadow Dragon Saga or GT bosses, because that's going to be really annoying in terms of like the extreme landscape. Because STR, Rose and Zamasu, super great unit, super bosses, terrible leader skill for them, right? So hopefully we will be getting something a little bit better. And then, of course, we have no idea who the Carnival LR is going to be. I'll probably make another video talking about it. But, I mean, tomorrow we should find out exactly. And I've already speculated in previous videos. So, at this point, I think we're down to a couple of options, which is either tag Super Saiyan 4s to mirror the Part 1 units. And, like, one of them has an active skill Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta attack. Or we're getting a standalone Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. It could be interesting because if Omega is Sin transforming into Omega, the Part 1 units mirror each other. They're both reversible exchange characters with a fusion active skill, well, fusion attack active skill. So if the Part 2 units, they might mirror each other, which means it could be a transforming unit Or if it's just going to be standalone Omega, then it could just be standalone Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which would be kind of annoying because obviously, like, we want this guy to get his EZA as well. So it would work out very annoying with the whole same name issue if the new Omega is a standalone Omega and this guy gets a Super EZA, and then the Part 2 unit is a standalone Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and this guy gets his normal EZA, and then it's like both the EZA upgrades are like the same name as the Part 2 character, which, unless they make both the Part 2 characters slot 1 gods, which, you know, they might, considering Rose and Goku are slot 1 units, and then these guys end up being like slot 3 floaters. Otherwise it's just going to cause awkward rotations with these characters that have the same names, which is pretty annoying. But yeah, GT for part 2, teaser tomorrow, which should, I feel, announce. I don't know whether they'll do a proper big live stream like they did for part 1. It might be possible tomorrow that they just announce like a producer letter, maybe show a teaser with some of the animations or something. It could be a video, a short video that gets posted onto social media like that one that we saw today, where it's just teasing with some of the animation clips like that Broly one we watched, and then saying like producer letter drops like tomorrow or something, I don't know, because yeah, we're still a good few days away. But yeah, GT basically confirmed for part 2. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I know a lot of people on the fence. I personally have always said I'm not a huge fan of GT outside of like the Super Saiyan 4 form itself and Super 17. But as I keep saying, and as I said with the part 1 units when we found out they didn't fuse and all that stuff, I don't really care too much as long as the units are good. Like, even if it is a standalone Omega and a standalone Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, even though that is a bit annoying for the EZA's like potential, as long as the units are good, then I'll be happy. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.